Hello everybody. Welcome to video 2 of exercise 1 from our SOLIDWORKS 2020 tutorial workbook. And we're going to pick up right where we left off, and that was with this thin two-dimensional rectangle that is 5 inches by 3 inches. And I'm going to hit Control 1, and that's 1 on the numbers at the top of your keyboard, not on the number pad. That will give us that hotkey for the front view. And with this now created, we can take this two-dimensional sketch that we've made and turn it into a three-dimensional item. So you might recall from the last video, we discussed briefly a lot of in SOLIDWORKS processes are creating a general shape in 2 dimensions and then converting it to 3 dimensions. And we do that, of course, with these 2 tabs. So I'm going to click on the Features tab and click Extruded Boss Base, and we do this a lot. So you can see that SOLIDWORKS automatically changes the view or the perspective to isometric, and that's to give you a better idea of the effects of what you change in here with this extrusion. So one way to do an extrusion is to select the arrow and drag it whichever way you want it to go. But again, it's a little trickier to get the exact measurement that you want there. So what I prefer to do is just type it right in this window. So I'm going to make it a depth of 1/2 inch, and that's where I want it. So I'm just going to hit enter. And now you see we have this object where we can select all the different faces. Okay, so that's a nice 3D object we can work with. So now we're going to make this a little bit more complex, just slightly, and show you one way of building on to your 3-dimensional objects. So if we go back into the Sketch tab, and we're going to make another rectangle. I know, not a lot of variety just yet, but we'll get there. So we want to, if you didn't already have this face selected, I'll just hit Escape here to get out of this and exit this new sketch. If you didn't already have a face selected, it will ask you normally when you go into Sketch right here to select a plane or planar face or edge or something to create your sketch on top of. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hit Rectangle. I'm going to hit Control 1 to look at it front on. And I'm going to come down to the lower left corner and wait for that little orange circle to light up. I'll click once, and I'm just going to come over until I see that highlighted orange edge, because that means I'm the same diameter as same dimension as my larger rectangle. So I'm going to just click there. And you notice I didn't pay much attention to the other dimension, the y-axis dimension. That's because we can change it here. So I'm going to make that 1.5, and you can see the change there. And I'll check mark out of that because that's where I'd like to leave that. So now you can see we have a 2-dimensional sketch on top of a 3-dimensional model. We're going to make that one 3D as well. So click back to Features just like we did before. Hit the Extruded Boss Base again. This time it didn't automatically change my perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and set that so we can see the effects of our change. And again, I don't typically like to use this arrow. I want to be precise with my measurements, so I'm going to hit decimal 5 again, and I'll check mark out of that. So now you can see that our shape has gotten slightly more complex, and we can create 3D extrusions on top of other 3D extrusions. Okay, so we're going to leave that video there for now so that you can double check yours and make sure that you've had an opportunity to get yours exactly where I am here. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you on the next video.